Hello, collector. Welcome to Divine Spiritual Tarot. I am here to do your week reading. I hope you guys are having a good week. Also, collective, this can be your story. This cannot be your story. You know where you fit into this, okay? As well. So let's start. Spirit protect me and also the collective as I do their reading from any harm. Let it go back to the person that sent it, as well as let them get the accurate readings that they need to give them guidance and strength. I pray. Amen and amen. Okay, let's see what's coming in here for y'all. Alright. We have her Mars energy action. Okay? Mars energy action. So y'all could be taking some action, or someone here could be taking some type of action here with this desire, hot, as well as workout, as well as anger, leader as well. We also have her 5th house here. So someone could be taking action in passion. Okay? It has something to do with 5th house here. And it has something to do with playfulness, love affairs, as well as pleasures and partying here. This is what someone has taken action into. Okay? So let's see what's coming in. What's the message, Spirit? We have her 12th house here, surrendering. So someone here needs to surrender. And it has something to do with that here. It has something to do with mind, compassion, dreams, karma, forgiveness, as well as unseen healing as well here. So someone here needs to surrender, and it got something to do with 12th house. Okay. Someone here is finna get a missing piece here. Okay. They finna get a missing piece about surrendering. Okay. And it has something to do with friendships, 11th house. It has something to do with friendships, groups, as well as hope, tribes, as well as common goals, as well as the future, 11th house. So someone here is going to have to surrender, because someone here is going to get some type of missing piece, and it has something to do with about friendships, 11th house here. Something is a mystery here. Someone here is trying to make something a mystery here, and it has something to do with somebody accesses in 2nd house here, and it has something to do with neutron energy. Someone here is in a dream state here with this mystery here. They in a dream state here, and it has something to do with that here. It has something to do with dreams and mystery. Someone is trying to put somebody here in a mystery in a dream. Yeah. Now you know. These friendships need to surrender, because they finna get a missing piece here. They need to surrender. Because they finna have this missing piece. That's for sure. So let's see what else is coming in here for y'all. These are my faith quote cards here. It has something to do with divine decisions. So something is a divine decision at this time. Got something to do with a divine decision. Okay? It has something to do with that. And it has something to do with the crowd. So this crowd, the crowd, have a divine decision they have to make her. This crowd. Has a divine decision. Because this crowd here, it got something to do with this crowd here needs to surrender. It got something to do with they need to surrender to the divine decision. They need to surrender to the divine decision. And it has something to do with that here. And it has something to do with that. And it has something to do with this crowd is fit to get a missing piece. This crowd. And it has something to do with that as well. It has something to do with David. This is connected to David. It has something to do with David. The story of David. Remember his story? I do. Let me tell you. David was a boy, and he beat a giant with a rock, with a, one of those things, and he ended up being a king. Yeah, it's connected to David's story. Give me one on these friendships. Give me one on these friendships, Spirit. We have divine calling and ministry. So these friends here, this crowd, has a divine decision they have to make, because it has something to do with the divine calling and ministry. And it has something to do with that, with the divine calling and ministry, the story of faith. God, divine calling, guides people to their purpose. It says the importance of answers, his calling. So these people are going to have to find their calling. They're going to have to find their purpose. That's what it has something to do with her. These friends is going to have to find their calling, as well as this groups. That's the missing piece, that they're going to have to find their calling. Yeah. Yeah. That's what it has something to do with her. Yeah, because the angels is here. Faith of obedience. It has something to do with having faith and being obedient. Because the angels are here. The angels, they here. That's what it has something to do with. That is a deep one. It's a deep message, too. It's a deep one. We have here the Page of Cups, the Solomon of the boy of the prophet. The Lord comes and stand there and call as at the other time. Solomon says, speak, for your service is listening. The Page of Cups, the Six of Candles, the Six of Wands. When the triumphant sounds and the alert shouts of the sounds of the trumpet, when the man gives a loud shock, the wall, so everything changes in, and that takes the city. Joseph 6-20. The Six of Wands. Somebody Six of Wands here ain't looking good here. You see how that's breaking down? Give me one on this divine calling. The Six of Cups, water energy. It has something to do with, it says, but what whosoever drink the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become, and in a spring of water will up for everlasting of life. John 4-14. The Ace of Cups. So it got something to do with they gotta surrender to get it themselves. This is what they gonna have to surrender to. They're gonna have to surrender. And they're gonna have to surrender to divine calling. They're gonna have to they have a divine decision they have to make. And the divine decision they have to make, they have to surrender. And they have to give to their self with this Ace of Cups. Water energy. Yep. It has something to do with the Queen of Swords. And it has something to do with the moon. Somebody here is hiding something here. And what they hiding is they gobbling somebody up here. Somebody here is gobbled up. This is what somebody hiding. Yeah. And it has something to do with the seasons. The Wheel of Fortune. And it has something to do with the seasons. And they doing this to a high priestess. The high priest. They doing this to these males that's they're supposed to be high priestesses. They doing these to these males. This is what they doing to these males. You don't see how this male look? No food, no nothing. They doing this to these high priestesses, sir. This is what they doing. A fish gobbled these high priestesses, these male high priestesses up. And it got something to do with the seasons. This is what somebody hiding with the moon cord. They could be doing this to a Queen of Swords. They come out, took her partner and high priest, took the high partner, and the person is gobbled up. They are this Queen of Swords. Yeah, somebody here played around her, man. Somebody here played around. Somebody here played around. Give me one on this crowd. Yeah. Y'all didn't see that? Told you. The Nine of Pentacles. And it got something to do with this crowd. Finna get the missing piece. These single people. These single people here. Yeah, they finna get this missing piece or this crowd. With this Nine of Pentacles here. These single people is finna get this message. Yeah, they got a divine decision they gotta make. This crowd, these single people, the Nine of Pentacles. Because it got something to do with the Four of Pentacles, and it got something to do with the Page of Wands. These Page of Wands, they holding back their energy and their time. These fire signs, yeah. These fire signs are holding back their energy and their time. And it has something to do with that. And the reason why is because they know somebody here having ascend. They know somebody here having ascend. That's why these fire signs are not messing with nobody. Because these people haven't ascend. Because it has something to do with the last judgment. Did I tell you that? The last judgment. And it has something to do with that hurt. And it has something to do with their plans. That's why somebody here finna get a towel. And they finna get a towel with her. And it has something to do with that. And it has something to do with this Queen of Swords here. Finna get a towel. A earth sign. These earth signs finna get towers, man. Because it got something to do with this is what they hiding. With the moon going here. It got somebody sleep. And it got something to do with the seasons. And it has something to do with they got this high priestess here gobbled up. This person is gobbled. And this was supposed to be a high priestess. It was supposed to be with spiritual. And it has something to do with that. And it has something to do with the Three of Pentacles. They could be doing this to a water sign. That's why something is a missing opportunity. They want these water signs to be with friendships. And it has something to do with that her. And it has something to do with the Seven of Cups. This is what they do to a water sign, as well as these males. And it has something to do with that her. Somebody here had a decision. Yeah. Somebody heard.
I'm sorry for interrupting you.
Excuse me. Somebody heard they played with a Queen of Wands. They played with this Queen of Wands, a fire sign that's a Ten of Pentacles. And they coming in this Queen of Wands space asking for something. With the Six of Pentacles. And it has something to do with that. And it has something to do with this person. So this person sold their seeds. They asking for this person's seeds. And it has something to do with the King of Swords here. Yeah. Somebody played around. Somebody played around. Now y'all know the truth. Somebody here played around. Somebody here played around. I told you, these these fire signs is connected to spirit. Y'all need to read the Kabbalah. Y'all need to read the Kabbalah. Y'all need to study the Kabbalah. We connected to spirit. That's real talk. Real talk. Read it up. Hold on. Got something to do with these emperors. Didn't I tell you that? Divine calling. They has to follow their divine calling. These emperors are being gobbled up. And they has to come and they has to do their divine calling. Because what they gave their divine calling to, these emperors, they gave their divine calling to their friends. In 11th house her. Yeah. This is the missing piece. These emperors got a divine calling. But they gave their divine calling to their friends. Now you know. The King of Cups. This King of Cups are finna be heartbroken. I told you they did this to a water sign. They gobbled the water sign up and had him stuck. And this water sign supposed to be the high priestess. This was supposed to be the high priestess. And they gobbled this water sign up. And it has something to do with that. This water sign finna be heartbroken. But this water sign that's heartbroken her finna find out the truth. This water sign finna find out the truth. And it has something to do with that her. This person finna go through a death and a rebirth. This water sign, yeah, this water sign went through a death and everything was taken from this water sign. Everything was taken. Did y'all see it? Everything was taken from this water sign. Everything was taken from this person. And it got something to do with that. I'm telling you. Everything was taken from this water sign. And this water sign finna be enlightened. And this water sign finna be in a 6 of wands. Because this person finna go through a death and a rebirth. And it has something to do with that her. Because it was a test. This is a test. This got something to do with Abraham and their faith. Yeah, it got something to do with temperance. Sagittarius energy. This Sagittarius laid on the altar and was sacrificed. Not somebody know. While they talking about a Sagittarius. Now y'all know, man, this is deep. This is deep. This is deep. This is deep. Yeah. This Sag laid on the altar. Yeah. Yeah. That's deep. Come on, talk through spirit. These emperors, man, don't see something coming, man. These emperors better wake up, man. Like real talk, I told you they got a divine decision to love theyself. They gotta love theyself. They gotta surrender. They gotta surrender. And they gotta love theyself in 12th house, sir. And they gotta love theyself. And it has something to do with that here. That's their divine calling. Our divine calling is to love ourselves. That's our divine calling. That's how you get with spirit. That's how you be close to spirit. That's how you be close to the Most High. Now y'all know. And it has something to do with that. And it has something to do with a whole bunch of people here. Instead of finding this out. And it gets a crowd with the 9 of Pentacles. And it has something to do with they finna find the missing piece out. And it has something to do with that here. And it has something to do with these emperors. Got something to do with these emperors here. They gave the missing piece to these emperors. These emperors gave, it got something to do with friends. And it got something to do with these emperors. They gave they divine calling to their friends. They gave they divine calling to their friends. Come again, man. Somebody heard crazy, man. Somebody heard crazy. Now y'all know what's going on, man. Now you know what's going on, man. Somebody here played around. Yeah, they played around here. Now y'all know what's up. Now y'all know what's up, man. Somebody here played around. They definitely did. And they played with the divine. They did this to a water sign. Somebody got water in their toilet. They did this to a water sign. They took from a water sign that's going to rise from the doggone ashes. And then they turned around and played with a Sagittarius. And the Sagittarius laid on the altar and was sacrificed. Tried sacrificing. Sagittarius was a sacrifice multiple times for others. Yeah. Now y'all know what Sagittarius is went through. We went through sacrifices for others. And the people that we went through a sacrifice for, they betrayed us. That's real talk. The 4 of Cups. Some is a missing opportunity here. And it has something to do with that here. And it has something that's a missing opportunity to tend to sword somebody here. Now y'all know what's up. Spirit come through here. on with the Holy Spirit. That's what I saw my most high. Don't let me stop. That's what I saw my most high. You heard me? Yeah. It got something to do with the Knight of Pentacles. This was coming in slow. Got something to do with the Knight of Pentacles, sir. Yeah. Time down and getting things done, as well as your commitments, as well as your guardian angels. The Knight of Pentacles. But this Knight of Pentacles, sir, they be with their friends. I told you they gave to an earth sign here. That's who they gave to. These emperors gave to an earth sign. Yeah. That's who they gave. They gave their cup to an earth sign. This is who they gave their cup to. And it has something to do with the day's cup. They divine calling. They gave to an earth sign here. And it has something to do with that here. Told you this the gospel. This would be the gossiper. The King of Wands, this King of Wands here know the truth. This fire sign, they know the truth. Yeah. And then I saw this King of Wands, and then I saw him do what they heard. These lovers is in illusions. And it got something to do with that, because they blocked her. And it's a missing opportunity for them. Because the only way they can do it is the ending of a situation, a spiritual transformation, time to move on. They're going to have to go through a transformation here. I keep telling y'all. And the reason why, that's how they going to get their 9 of cups. It's going through a transformation here. Because if they don't go through this transformation, like I tell you, I gotta go through the death and a rebirth. Things gotta end in your life. They gotta end. If they ain't no good, they gotta end. Or God will end them. That's for sure. Even if you in a new year, don't mean a doggone thing. Did you hear all this mind of Pentacles? Come on. Didn't I tell you the Fool, Aries energy, Aquarius energy here? Yeah. New beginnings. Yeah. A leap of faith. Your dreams, unexpected opportunities. That's how they gonna get their opportunities. But they gave their opportunities to an earth sign here. They gave this earth sign here. They gave their opportunities to an earth sign. No, baby. That's why they in the 5 of Swords here. With conflict. That's why they getting juggled. And it has something to do with that here. It has something to do with this Temperance angel getting justice. This Temperance angel got Libra in their chart. This Sag. Yeah. They getting justice. Libras and Sagittarius went and laid on that altar and was sacrificed. Libras and Sagittarius. And it has something to do with that here. That's why somebody here finna get awoken. Yeah, they finna get awoken here. This emperor finna be awoken. These emperors, yeah. They gave that offer to an earth sign here. They divine calling. Wow. Wow. And a Temperance angel laid on the altar. A Temperance angel and a Libra here laid on the altar. For them. To get their divine calling. But they gave it to their friends. And they betrayed a Libra as well as a Sagittarius. And we getting our justice. That's for sure. That's for sure. The 4 of Wands. Didn't I tell you? The 4 of Wands. And this Aries these emperors, man, boo. They gave it to, they divine call it to their friends, her, like it was all good. Nah, baby. Somebody here made a sacrifice. Somebody here laid on the altar. Now y'all see who laid on that altar. And it got something to do with that. It got something to do with the Knight of Cups. And it got something to do with the King of the Ace of Pentacles. Somebody be acting like they the Knight of Cups, sir, and it got something to do with they want some type of money. And it has something to do with that. But it has something to do with somebody here was playing with the Queen of Pentacles. Didn't I tell you they gave an altar to these earth signs? They gave their divine calling. They divine calling to an earth sign that never made a sacrifice. This Sag, this Libra went through a sacrifice. And they went through a death and a rebirth. But this earth sign, this Queen of Pentacles, never did. And they playing with this Queen of Pentacles, this earth signs. They playing with them. And these earth signs, they never put in the work. And they have something to do with that here. This is what's coming with the Eight of Wands. And they got something to do with the water signs too. They never put in the work. Queen of Cups never put in the work. And it has something to do with that. These magicians will be heartbroken here. And they finna be heartbroken because it got something to do. They want to put up illusions to families. And it has something to do with that here. But it has something to do with the truth is fire signs is the Nine of Pentacles. Fire signs are the Nine of Pentacles. And it has something to do with air signs here, or also, or air sign female, like I said, with Libra, they are also the Nine of Pentacles. I told you a Libra made a sacrifice as well. Yeah, and they want to run to an earth sign to get him an offer. When a Sag and a Libra went through a death and a rebirth and was sacrificed, no ma'am, and the divine synced it, no ma'am, no ma'am. They played around. They played around. Ooh wee. Somebody played around. They played around. Now you know who is in their divine calling. It's a Libra and it's a Sagittarius. We are connected to the Most High. And y'all want to sit around here and have us sacrificed? And you don't give us nothing? And then you gonna run to an earth sign and a King of Pentacles and a Queen of Pentacles that never put in the work? Baby boy, baby girl. No. No. I told you that. Somebody here made the wrong choice. They played with the Most High and they gonna have to. Justice gotta be served. The scales gotta be balanced. The scales gotta be balanced for a Sagittarius. The scales gotta be balanced for a Libra. That's for sure. That's for sure. That's for sure. They played with this Queen of Swords. Like I told you, they played with Queen of Swords and a Libra. The Sag got Libra in air in their chart, or a Libra got Sagittarius in their chart, or Sagittarius got Libra in their chart. They made a sacrifice. They laid on the altar. Yeah. Somebody here played around. Somebody here played around. They played around her. I'm gonna give y'all these last ones, man. This reading right here ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. Now y'all see what the truth lies. They play with a Sag that's too powerful, and I told you I gave y'all a message about Sagittarius. A Sagittarius that was so cold they can see people that's gifted. They secrets. Yeah. But y'all sat around here, played the role, and y'all acting like y'all don't see nothing. But y'all just don't know. Y'all don't know. Sagittarius made a sacrifice. Yeah, Sagittarius and a Libra did. Yeah. They laid on that altar. Told you. Divine contract. Didn't I tell you that? A Libra and a Sagittarius sacrificed themselves for a divine contract. And never got their divine contract. Was sacrificed. And they gave an offer to their so-called friends and the Earth sign. And the King of Pentacles. Yeah, sounds good. Told you they gave a divine contract to this Earth sign. They never put in the work, never was sacrificed to nothing. Yeah, you keep playing that game. That's for sure. The inner flame and the ancestors of records. Didn't I tell you that? What that shows you? So I told you somebody here ascended. Didn't I tell you that? Somebody here is the ancestors of records. Whoever they did this to, a Libra and a Sagittarius, those the ancestors of records. And they also got the key of the ancestors of records. You want to see that fire coming out? Yeah. Beyond arising. Yeah. The soul of alignment. Yeah. So I hear played around. They played around her. And it got something to do with that her. And I told you got something to do with somebody finna get wise. I told you they finna be wiser about a divine contract her. Yeah. Somebody finna be wise. A whole bunch of people finna find out what this Sag and what this Libra went through. Yeah. And then I started doing that her. Told you this Libra and this Sagittarius, they got the ancestors of records. And they also got the T. Yeah. Oh, they played around. They played around her. I told you beyond time. This is coming in time. Somebody finna get wise. Somebody finna be wiser. I told you that. I told you the stardust of memories and the past life journey. These past people that played with a Sag and a Libra, that sacrificed themselves for them. Oh no. Oh no. This, you know why? Because this Sag and this Libra is the common of alignments. They the common of the alignments, sir. And they also, I told you, they rose from the ashes. They went through a death and a rebirth. They also are the inner flame. Yeah. That's why they the ancestors of records. They got the ancestors of records. Somebody here played around. I played around her, man. They played around her, man. And they didn't want to sit around here and thought that they was doing something. But we still forgive. Libras and Sagittarius, we still forgive. And all we did was pray and rose from the dead. We rose from the dead. Doors was closed multiple times on us. Multiple times. But we still rose from them ashes with the Most High, with the divine, with the spirit guides. Our spiritual guides was with us, with the ancestors was with us. We rose from them ashes through the death. You hear me? We went through that death. That's for sure. You know what it is, Libra? Nah, let me stop, Lee. You know what it is. Told you, the conscious. The conscious. God, didn't I tell you that? All that is and remain in light. I told you, the Sag in this Libra is in the light. And they also meditate. This Libra and the Sag, they be meditating. They get their answers with meditation. And it has something to do with that here. They are the creator of powerful. They are the creator of powerful. You don't see that sun? They the sun. Libra and Sagittarius, we are the sun. You know why? Somebody here gonna have to reap what they sow. I told you that. When this Libra and this Sag went through that sacrifice, they gonna have to lead. They gonna have to reap what they sow. That's for sure. Cause I told you, That's why somebody here waiting. This the truth. Didn't I tell you that? This the truth. Y'all. This part, I told you, this Sag and this Libra went through a death and a rebirth. That's for sure. And our inner power came from the Most High. Yeah. And the Most High brought us together into the light. And we had the strength. We had the strength to help somebody else. That's why we went through that sacrifice. And we had to lay on that altar. And whoever that's doing this to this person, they gonna have to be somebody who get in trouble. That's for sure. Take care. Bye.